So either way, I thought I can save all those hundreds of videos I took between 2009 to 2012, I believe, which is the year I graduated from high school. So between the range of those years, those are all the videos I have took between me and Nate at the time. And I haven't made any videos after that when I was done with high school. So I thought, what if I edit those videos and try to create like some kind of a like one of those old school web show episodes where it shows you like the timeline, like what year this video took place at, like picture like the show Everybody Hates Chris, where where the show takes place in the past, right? So I thought I could do something like that. So even though it's not current or up to date, I could just use those old videos, and I could just upload them later in the future and create a web show where it talks about my past antics with this guy in the past from the late 2000s and early 2010s when we were in high school. But of course, it never happened. I don't know how to do it. So I decided to put that project aside. I put it on delay for a while because I don't know what I want to do with it because of my personal life. And even when I was done with high school, I was in this 3-year transitions program called the AIM program, or Achieving Independence and Maturity, which is like a little branch from my old high school. Where once you are done with high school, you get a degree called the Certificate of High School Completion, which means instead of a diploma, this high school I was into was a public charter school for high functioning autistic teens like myself at the time. So if your IP decides for you to go to the AIM program, they don't give you a diploma yet. Even though you have officially graduated from high school, you do move on to their transition program for the next 3 years till you're 21, which is the legal age till you are ready to move on. So this program is all about like trying to be independent, say like how to do work based stuff or to prepare for educations like college, or how to deal with home living stuff, or how to deal with work and employments and learn how to cook and stuff like that. Because back then, when I was in that program, we will go out in the community doing work based stuff like volunteering or going on community, going through outings on Fridays, doing whatever, paying money or eating at restaurants, stuff like that. Or also learn how to have one of those made up job interviews, how to learn how to get a job and stuff like that when we were on at their campus or whatever. But so I never got a diploma till 2015 until I was done with this program. But now that I'm done with all that, see, I didn't want to get into that detail, but since this is my fail, I don't really care at this point because I'm just gonna say what comes to my mind. I want you to understand everything I've been through in order to get back onto my old channel because it was a huge struggle for me, and my personal life has been getting in my way a lot for me to accomplish what I want to do with my own personal goals at the time. So when that was out of the way, I was concerned about one, getting to college, and two, want to get my driver's permit from the DMV, even though I've done it twice a few years ago, but I failed at it anyways. I might go back to it eventually, but I'm not worried about that as of now. And another was to get a job. So back then, I thought I could get a job at Hot Topic because I know the application on their website. And I do have that store at the local mall, which is the Northtown Mall, which is in the Riverdale area. But overall, I was going to consider going there because it's my favorite store, and plus I've been in that mall all the time. I mean, sure, there's the Mall of America, but I'm more familiar with the Northtown Mall more quite often. But either way, I thought about that, and even though I got one goal accomplished, and that's getting to college, and that's done and over with, which, by the way, I'm now in Anoka Ramsey Community College. So, anyways, now I got that out of the way. Um, the problem is, oh, sorry, no problem, not yet. Sorry, I'm just thinking this through. Sorry, I got a little reminder on my phone. So, the thing is, I didn't know I could make money off of my fails on YouTube. Back then, I didn't knew what ad revenue was or AdSense or whatever. So I never heard of anything like it. So at the time, I knew you can be famous with whatever you want to sell on YouTube, no matter if you're an amateur or not, like Fred, for example, at the time. But the thing is, I never knew people could make money off of what they do. I thought you need to go through fame in order to do that. So now I know what's going to happen. I just realized, so if I were to make videos, sorry, if I were to make a video, for example, if it got like 1,000 views, I can get a huge amount of money based on the views I get daily or weekly, apparently. So I didn't know this until I researched it. So I was like, oh wow, what a golden opportunity. I had no idea it was that easy. So when I realized I didn't know I was able to do that, I decided to take that as a goal for myself. And I want to do it this year, but there's a problem. Ever since I stopped uploading videos since like December 10th, 2012, which is the date when I last uploaded my latest video, which was my popular elf tree video that I once uploaded, and it's been around for like over 5 years now. So at the time, my old channel used to have like 29 videos. So I've been uploading videos between from 2011 till 2012, which was like during my senior year of high school and during my first year of the AIM program at the time. But the thing is, because I stopped recording at the time, and because I was too busy with this AIM program and with other things going on with my personal life, like my accomplishing my goals or planning things out, or back then when I was doing like Kung Fu Train at the time, because I've been doing for a year at the time, even though I stopped doing it by that point because of my personal goals. Um, I ended up forgetting my own password. So when I forgot my own password, I was furious because I thought I wrote it on a little piece of paper, but because of that mix up right there, I screwed myself over. So now I was angry about it. And I didn't know. See, back then, the phone I used was my second phone, which was a HTC Evo 4G. So back then, I never had a Notes app at the time, so I didn't know what it was. I didn't know I could able to download it or it was gonna cost money because it was never like, um, it wasn't like pre-downloaded on there, unlike the iPhone I'm using right now. So because of that mix-up, I decided that when I couldn't figure out how to get back on my old account, I went to a Best Buy store, which is not far from my area. I went there. It was back in January 2015, I believe. So when I went there, I asked one of the employees or a Geek Squad or whatever. I don't know if it was or wasn't, but either way, one of the employees there was helping me trying to set up my new iPhone because I was switching from a different brand of a phone to another one because I never used Apple products before until at that point. So I had to go through this intonation or the introduction of setting up your own account before you get the phone. So I asked this employee about my issue to get back into my old channel because I lost my password. So I asked him, can I create a new one? But even though he seemed helpful, but when he did that, he did something really stupid. And I believe there was some miscommunication because when I got back home, I found out that he didn't fix my account, but instead, he created a new YouTube account like the one I have right now. So, because of that mix up there, I was pissed because I never asked him to create a new account. I asked him, can he tell me how to get back onto my old account because I lost my password? So he must have misunderstood what I was saying. He might have took something out of context. But whatever the reason, I was pissed. So now I have to deal with this problem. And I was saying to myself, no, I'm not going to start all over again. I want my old channel back. And also because, well, all my materials are still there. And someone needs to take control of it. I feel like I did this to myself. And I feel stupid about it. And now I have to do something about it. So this is like during the time where I had to move out twice between from 2015 till 2016 at the time. So I was going through a lot of struggling with my personal life, like with my mom's past drug issues and drinking problems. Just too much shit was going on at the time, and I was too distracted by everything. and for me to exercise and try to lose some weight and stuff like that. But overall, I try my best to do some research to see how I can fix this problem, but I've never had a satisfied answer. I try to see if I can contact YouTube, but back then I never got an answer until like over a month ago when I found out they had a customer service. I tried hard to see if I could call them or something, but I was never having any luck until I found out that they do have a phone number, but then I found out that based on an article, it told me that it's usually very difficult to keep in touch with YouTube because their customer service would lead you to a voicemail that will tell you they're never available. They always will recommend to say, you know what, sir, you're gonna have to use one of our options, and that's what the voicemail will tell me. So I would assume that maybe they're just so busy they can't pick up every phone call. I guess I can understand that. So I tried a few times to get a phone call from them, but it never worked out. So I decided to do one of our options because I have no other choice. But then I was also found out on an article they say that if that doesn't work, then you have to send your complaint onto their Facebook page, and I did that once. But from what I heard, that's also tricky too because they have like over 75 million followers on their account. So I thought that was impossible. I mean, how can they see my post? I mean, I know they're busy all the time and they're global, but still, I hardly doubt that they're actually going to pay attention to my message. I tried and it didn't work, obviously. So I decided to take their word by doing the option. I went to their counterfeit complaint. I thought I was going to do it, but I realized it was not my situation. I want to write down information about my situation, but it didn't work out. Oh shit, I forgot. Sorry. Before I get into those details, I forgot to mention that before I did any of that stuff, Grant's home. I'm sorry. Hello?
Hey.
Missy, I'm in the middle of a field right now. I had to do a situation.
I just came to get something.
Okay, so sorry about that. That was just my honest stomach bite. But anyways, so like I was saying before, what's happening is that a month ago when I was looking up on my old channel from my Facebook page, what happened is that so you know how when you're on Facebook you have different links to look up any social medias that you have? I got one as a link to Facebook. Sorry, I have a link that goes to my YouTube channel and a link to my DeviantArt channel. Or page, whatever. Sorry, I don't want to mix up right now. So, the thing is, when I clicked onto the link to my old YouTube account, it wasn't there anymore. Instead, I saw a channel that said street food on it. I was like, who the hell is street food? What the hell happened to my channel? So I thought to myself, maybe it was a fluke or something. So I decided to scroll down, and then all of a sudden I was like, wait a second. Is that my video? So I was like, no way. Because it literally said it has my elf tree video on this guy's account. I was like, did this guy stole my video? So I decided to just go onto the YouTube search bar. I clicked onto my full username, and when I did, it just leads to street foods. And I was like, what the hell? Did this guy just hack to my account? Like, did he just stole my video? What happened? And then when I went back on there, I decided to look at anything else about this guy I should know about. I looked up his playlist and the channels he subscribed to, and guess what? Apparently, he didn't actually stole my video. He actually fucking hacked into my account. So guess what? Apparently, I know this for a fact because when I looked up the playlist, all the videos are on there were the videos that I've actually added as my favorites and my liked videos were all on there.